Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, St. Catherine man accused of rape to remain in custody after failing to take up bail offer. Dwayne Spencer, who is accused of raping and brutally beating the mother of his child, was ordered on Wednesday to remain in police custody as he has yet to take up his $550,000 bail offer. Spencer, who was granted bail in December 2024, appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court. He was informed that he must stay with the police until the offer is taken up. He is set to reappear on April 28. The allegations stem from an incident on September 27, 2024, when Spencer allegedly forced his way into the complainant's home, beat her, knocking out a tooth in the process, and raped her. The matter was reported to the police, and an investigation by the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse led to Spencer's arrest and charge following a question and answer session. Men who allegedly fired at the security forces on Tuesday given until 6 p.m. Thursday to surrender. Members of the security forces conducted operations in sections of the Kingston Western Police Division on Wednesday as they went in search of the suspects who engaged the police and the soldiers in a gun battle in the Maxfield Avenue area on Tuesday. Police and the military personnel were responding to gunfire along Ramsey Road and Duff Street when they encountered a group of armed men. This led to a shootout, but the suspects managed to escape, reportedly leaving behind a 9mm pistol. The police say they have since launched a manhunt for members of the Bottom Sunlight Street and William Road gangs in connection with the incident. Assistant Commissioner Michael Phipps, head of the Area 4 Police, has listed 3 men as the persons of interest. The men go by the aliases Skeng, Bitter, and Malik, and are linked to the William Road criminal gang. ACP Phipps has demanded that the men report to the police by 6 o'clock Thursday evening. EOJ to open all constituency offices this Saturday for voter registration. The Electoral Office of Jamaica has announced that all its constituency offices will open this Saturday, March 29, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. to facilitate voter registration. The EOJ says this is an additional opportunity for persons who are unable to visit its offices during regular workday hours to register before the Monday, March 31 deadline. The EOJ is urging all interested persons to register before the deadline, as those who apply afterward will have to wait for inclusion on the November 30 voters list. Only those listed on the official voters list may vote in elections and referenda. Parliamentary general elections are due by September, which means the first-time registrants would have to meet the March 31 deadline for registration to be able to vote in the upcoming polls. Suspected car thief fatally shot by police, another arrested. A suspected car thief is now dead and another injured and arrested after Tuesday's confrontation with law enforcement on Lothian Avenue in Kingston. At about midday, a joint operation involving CTOC's stolen motor vehicle unit and the St. Andrews South Operational Support Team was conducted. During a breach and a clear exercise of a premises, officers were met with gunfire. The police responded, which resulted in one man sustaining gunshot wounds. A loaded 9mm pistol and a motor vehicle were seized at the scene. The injured man was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. His identity is being withheld as the investigation continues. The police are urging individuals who have experienced vehicle theft to contact the CTOC's stolen motor vehicle unit at 876-967-1389 or 876-922-2373, call the police 119 emergency number, or visit the nearest police station. Search on for 24-year-old man missing from Spanish Town. 24-year-old Jamil Clark of Featherbed Lane, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been missing since Tuesday, March 25. He has a brown complexion, is slim and is about 165 centimeters or 5 feet 5 inches tall. Reports from the Spanish Town Police are that at about 2:30 p.m., Clark was last seen at home. His mode of dress when he went missing is unknown and he has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Jamil Clark is asked to contact the Spanish Town Police at 876-984-2305, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. AK-47 assault rifle found buried near riverbed in Seafort, St. Thomas. A team of police officers assigned to the St. Thomas Proactive Investigation Unit seized an AK-47 assault rifle and 18 assorted rounds of ammunition during an operation in the communities of Blacksmith and the Stewartfield districts, both in Seaforth in the parish, on Wednesday, March 26. Reports from the Morante Bay Police are that between the hours of 10 a.m. and 1 p.m., law enforcers were in the area when areas in the communities were searched. During a search of the Stewartfield community, the AK-47 rifle with a magazine containing 6 5.56 rounds of ammunition and the 12-gauge shotgun rounds were seen hidden inside a knitted bag that was in a PVC pipe and that had been buried alongside a riverbed. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. An investigation continues into the find and the seizure. Jamaica not being targeted for sanctions for hiring Cuban medical professionals, says Rubio. As the White House takes aim at the Cuban medical mission program, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said on Wednesday that there is no indication up to this point that Jamaica is involved in the forced labor regime. Mr. Rubio, speaking at a Jamaica House press conference alongside Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, said he has been assured that strong labor policies which align with international labor laws and the standards have been established and enforced in Jamaica, thereby excluding the country from America's hardline stance on the medical program. On February 25, the U.S. announced that it would impose visa restrictions for both government officials in Cuba and any others who are complicit with its overseas medical assistance programs. The sanction extends to current and former officials and the immediate family of such persons. But Mr. Rubio, responding to questions at the press conference, said the crackdown was not against the medical professionals or their nationality, but in keeping with the principle of protecting persons whose labor is exploited by their government, as he's claimed is the practice of the Cuban government.
We have no problem with medical system. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. That we've discussed this today about following international labor standards and the like. But I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world, and how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid. You pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. Now there are places that have better labor standards. Perhaps Jamaica is one of those, and that's fine. It has operated in that way in many parts of the world and placed these people in tremendous danger. And so I think we can all agree that the trafficking in labor, be they doctors or farm workers, is not something that we would want to be supportive of. And we find that to be an egregious practice on the part of the Cuban regime. And obviously, because of our relationship with Jamaica, we're going to engage with them on that and talk about it further and have a better understanding.
Cuba's program, which operates as a lifeline for the Global South, has more than 24,000 doctors working in 56 countries. According to Jamaica's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, more than 400 Cuban healthcare specialists, including doctors, nurses, and biomedical engineers, are in Jamaica. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, commenting on the issue at the press conference as well, said while the Cubans are critical in administering of healthcare in Jamaica, this country has been careful not to abuse the program.
Jamaica has a deficit in health personnel, primarily because many of our health personnel have migrated to other countries. We are, however, very careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors who are here. We ensure that they are treated within our labor laws and benefit like any other worker. So any characterization of the program by others certainly would not be applicable to Jamaica.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.